Hello everyone, welcome back to B.B tutorials. I hope you guys are doing really well. And today we came up with an interesting concept that is related to WFM, workforce management. They are also known as MIS analyst. So before moving to the video, I would request everyone to check out our playlist. You will find approximately 300 plus videos. Those will help you in cracking the interviews on trainers, team leaders, operation manager, quality analyst, Six Sigma certification, people management, project management, Scrum Master, Looker Studio, MS Excel, tutorials, dashboards, reports. So many are there guys, and also don't miss to click on bell icon as sooner we are starting the Power BI courses as well. So let's start today's concept, that is on why scheduling is important in WFM. Guys, this is the most important question which you will receive in any of the interview if you are applying for the WFM role. You should know everything why the scheduling is important. Without scheduling, a call center cannot deliver the numbers, or else desired SLA, IAHT cannot be managed accurately. So the scheduling is very important in the call center, and that needs to be planned by WFM analyst. So let's see today how we can do that. And if you get this question, I would explain like 12 to 13 slides now. With the help of those, you can give your answers and crack your interview very easily. So before moving to the video, I would request everyone to subscribe our channel and don't miss to click on bell icon so that you will get notification on all the upcoming videos. Let's start today's concept, that is on scheduling. So before moving to the main part, that why scheduling is important, we will understand what is the basic meaning of scheduling here. There are two concepts guys, scheduling and forecasting. Both have a different meaning. Please be assured that you will not mix this up. If you do that, you will get a different result and the answers. The meaning of scheduling here is assigning specific employees to the specific shifts, assigning breaks so that the forecast can be managed. Okay, so this is the meaning of scheduling. So it's completely related to the employee shift, break, meeting management. And what is forecasting? Forecasting means guessing the weather. Scheduling is deciding who needs to bring an umbrella when the schedule, when who was standing outside. So this is a general example guys. Forecasting, which means how many volumes we might assume, how many looking to the past data, we can assume that this many volumes we may get for today in peak hours. For an example, like if there is a Amazon, like you're working with Amazon or Flipkart e-commerce related project, and if they have big billion days, then we have to do, there will be a forecasting we will receive from the client, or might be we have to plan post looking to the past time, like how the forecasting will be, at what particular time we have a peak volumes, at what particular hours we require more agents. So understanding the forecast, we have to schedule the team. So this is a basic meaning of scheduling and forecasting. So make sure guys, and there is a good example you can see. Forecasting means guessing the weather, and scheduling means deciding which agents need to be picked with the umbrella who are standing the outside. So we have to find the best fit here. Now in order to have a scheduling done accurately, we have to follow three rights here. The first right here is right number of the agents we need to plan. Second right is right skills. The meaning of right skill here is, for an example, you're working with a calling process and they have a different language calls you might receive. For an example, you required Arabic or Spanish agents, and we have a regional language agents there who only know Hindi or other languages. So we have to fit the right skill agents in order to have a proper volume churn out on a right time. The third we required is right seats and right time. So right time, which means at peak time, how many agents are we scheduling, how many agents we require, that is a right time. And right seats, we should have a specific seats available for that particular peak hours. So guys, till now we understood what is the meaning of scheduling, then what is difference between scheduling and forecasting, and second, what are the three rights that need to consider whenever we plan a scheduling here. Let's move to the another concept. If you have understood so far, click on like option. Next, now there are three layers of scheduling, guys. You need to take care of it. So if you plan in such a way, if you follow all the layers, definitely your scheduling will have all the details accurately. First, it is shift, assigning start and end based on the daily basis forecasting volumes. Okay, so which means we have to plan the shift in such a way. So first we have to check the forecast. On the basis of that, we have to plan the shift. We have to inform the operation team managers or team leaders that these many agents were required in this particular shift. This is the forecast and this is the shift we are looking for. Now team leader responsibility is here to check out like who are the best agents to be fit, or might be WFM will plan according to their schedule. So this is the one point. Second, we have break pattern, very important in peak hours. I'll give you a general example. We have a e-commerce, we are working with e-commerce project, and there is a big billion sales or something. At that time we have to plan our breaks very accurately. There shouldn't be a scene like agents are exceeding their breaks, or might be like they are taking break on the wrong time. So the pattern need to be followed. Scheduling the meeting, one-on-one connect with the team managers, one-on-one connect with the like if there are anything with HR meet or anything, everything needs to be planned so that the gap can be covered. So this is the break pattern we have to take care of it. Lunch breaks, that we cannot give multiple agents, like we cannot give lunch to multiple agents at the same time. So everything need to be planned. Next, the last one is the activity, that is shrinkage. Yes, shrinkage is very important, that need to be taken. So these are the three layers we have to keep in our mind whenever we are planning a scheduling. Next, inputs, what you need to start. So basically, you know very well, like in customer centric process, if we have a raw data, then we can do the analysis. Makes sense, right? So we require data in order to understand like how we can start the scheduling here. So what kind of analysis or what kind of data you required here? The first one is we might require the like what kind of agents we have, like as per their requirement, like at what particular shift we require those agents. Second, we have to see the agent availability. We have to take the leave planner 1 week or 15 days prior, so that we can plan the peak hour schedule. Like if anyone is going on the vacations, or anyone who are working with the contracted hours, so there are some people they will work for a part-time jobs, we have to plan accordingly. Second, third point, we have business rule. So we cannot force agent to work above their login hours, might be 9 hours, 10 hours, 8 hours. Like we cannot ask them to work above to their login hours. So we have to make sure we are following the labor law, union rules, and minimum rest period between the shift. So we have to plan everything. And the last one is skill map. I already told you, specific agents, the skill set should be mapped, and we have to put the agent accordingly. So one more thing here is the scheduling for the peak hours or scheduling. I would suggest a WFM analyst to arrange a call 1 week prior. For an example, if you're preparing a roster for upcoming week, I would suggest by Thursday you should take input from team manager. Have a call set up every week with the team leaders, operation team leaders, training, quality, whomever you are required to schedule. And just take all the inputs whatever you require. Set your expectations very clearly, so that operation team lead, operation team, and you guys will sync with each other in order to have a perfect scheduling. So you can do that. This is an best thing you can align in order to have a scheduling done accurately. Next, what are the common scheduling strategies we have to follow? The first one, if there is a fixed shift, and fixed week off. I would say this is like a golden thing for the agents. If they have a Saturday Sunday week off, no rotational shifts, they don't want to shift move to the another shifts like monthly or weekly or might be like quarterly basis. So this is the one thing. With that, what is the best thing we can achieve? We can get a good agent satisfaction, and there will be stability. Second, if there are a rotational shift, so rotational, which means agents are working on morning, mid and night shifts generally, and with that strategy, definitely you will get fairness across the team, which means everyone will get equal opportunity to work in a different shift, and definitely a workload will also get balanced here. We can plan like in morning, if we have a low call volumes, we have forecasted we have a low call volumes, we can keep less agents. In afternoon and night we can keep more. So that level of forecasting need to be done while planning a scheduling. Third, split shifts, that basically happen like whenever like a team have a lower head count and they want agents to work in a different shifts. For an example, like working 4 hours in the morning and 4 hours in the night example. So this is basically for the peak hours. Fourth, we have a shift bidding, which means keeping top performer agents on the first shift. So if we have such kind of facility or such kind of requirement, we have to follow that even too, to have a performance driven culture, guys. So make sure these are the common scheduling strategies you might think before planning any of the schedule. So far what we have learned, guys, we have understood what is scheduling, difference between forecasting and scheduling, what are the layers we need to take care of, what are the data inputs we required, what are the common strategies we have to follow. So we have seen many concepts. Now tell me, guys, if you have capable enough to give all these answers like confidently, why HR will not choose you as a WFM analyst? So this is so far what we have understood. We have many more, guys, don't worry. The next point, when the scheduling get fail, I will not read this theory, but I'll go with the examples here, and that will give you a clear understanding, guys. There are two main reasons where the scheduling get failed. The one is shrinkage, the another one is adherence. If these both things are not been planned, and that two things need to be managed or done only and only if operation team and WFM team are sync with each other. If they are not sync, definitely this will get failed. First one, sick leave. Example, WFM analyst schedule 100% agent here and they committed that we have 100% attendance for today. We will have. But what happened? We found a sick leave of one or two agents. A scheduling got failed here. So always keep a lap, I would say, keep a padding that there might be a shrinkage of 5 to 10% for this particular day, so that we can have a buffer agents if there are anyone in any process, we might have a buffer agents too. So we have to plan in that way. Second, this is team leader responsibility to control the late logins, because for an example, in afternoon we have a peak volumes, and if agents are doing 30 minutes late logging example, that will give sure shot a huge impact to the volumes, and we might lose the SLE too. Third one, break exit. Team leader need, I would say, not to do micromanagement here, but keep an eye on the break exiting for the agents. Have right time feedback to needs to be shared to the agents in a positive manner. If agents are not understanding that, we need to go with the next level actions that are possibly need to be taken in the peak hours. So these are the common issues you might find, like adherence and shrinkage, due to which your scheduling might get fail and we will not meet our targets. So this is again a good concept, guys. So when HR is asking you like when the scheduling get failed, you can give these answers, guys, and definitely HR will understand your point. Next, now this is one more point I thought to keep here, that is, what is the basic difference between scheduling and forecasting? Guys, understand, in the first slide we have seen this, but I want to make it very clear one more time that you need to be very assured that you're not mixing up both the concept. Forecasting is predicting what will be the SLA and AHT of the call volumes, and scheduling, assigning the names or assigning the agent to the right shift. So this is the basic difference between forecasting and scheduling, guys. In forecasting, what goal we will achieve, knowing that how many agents we required here. In scheduling, what we will achieve, knowing who will be working at what particular time. So please make sure, read it out, check out this slide again and again. If you get confused, guys, make a note of it about the forecasting and scheduling. Last, this is the last point we have to understand, that is why scheduling matters. Now, after reading out like 10 to 12 slide, I believe these points are auto understandable for everyone, but still please try to give your answers very specifically with all the concept and with all the points which HR is actually asking you, guys. So the first you need to explain here is why scheduling matters, so that we can manage our peak intervals accurately. We have to understand if there is any understaffing or overstaffing. We have to support SLA and AHT so that we can meet our targets. We also need to see the agent productivity and work-life balance. And the last, reduce the real-time firefighting. If we are planning everything accurately, I told you, right, 1 week prior, every Thursday or Friday, have a meeting with the operation team and plan everything, like what will be the possible shrinkage or adherence, anything, or what will be the roster. So it needs to be planned 1 week prior. And the last, customer satisfaction. That is what we require here whenever we plan any schedule. So this is all about scheduling, guys. And if you get this question in your interview, I would request everyone, go with these slides again and again. If you like pull out few answers from each of the slide, definitely HR will understand, yes, you have a accurate knowledge about the scheduling, and yes, you are the perfect fit for this job. So this is all about scheduling. Still have any doubt, I'm here to help you guys. Comment sections are always open. Please share your feedbacks. I will respond it as soon as possible, and I will try to help you to get your all the doubt clarified in one shot. Again, I'm reminding guys, we have a Power BI uh, workshops or sessions planned. Definitely you will get all the information on the social media links, so please don't miss to follow us on Instagram, Facebook and LinkedIn, so that you will get all the notification about upcoming sessions on Power BI. And like we are also planning to have a live sessions with all the agents, so we will keep you posted about it. So please follow and subscribers with, it's everything is free, guys, nothing need to worry. So please subscribers, thank you so much, have a great day.